defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland.
He gets recognized. He gets a title fight. I mean, the moment that fight was done, he's face-to-face with Adesanya, and they're setting the table for a future card. I love all those things about Du Plessis, but to tell you that I was surprised by it, I was, for two reasons. He was given, Du Plessis, a title fight with Izzy. He turned it down. So when Sean Strickland steps in to do what Du Plessis was unwilling to do, I would have predicted for you that Du Plessis would not be next just on that factor. To give Du Plessis an opportunity to win a championship, which is what this all was about, but to do it through a guy who got the belt off the guy you did not want to face, I would not have predicted for you that would happen. And moreover, what happened to Chimaev? Where do we go with all that? There could be an answer. Getting those answers is very difficult. Chimaev doesn't give us a lot. For Chimaev versus Strickland, and Chimaev got hurt. Like, there was a rumor that he had a broken hand. Now, there's been pictures of Chimaev since the match, and none of those pictures contain a cast. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the broken hand rumor isn't true. Just for example, and both fighters, Chimaev and Sean Strickland, knew the deal, which is whoever wins between Usman and Chimaev fights Strickland for the belt next. They knew the deal. And when the fight was done, Chimaev began talking about Strickland, and Strickland began talking about Chimaev. They knew the deal. Coach Nixick even came out with something very helpful towards that fight, which is to say the rumors that you've heard about the training sessions between Sean and Chimaev are false.
Fight fans, welcome back to Luxurytainment. In this video, we're diving deep into the upcoming clash that's sending shockwaves through the UFC world. The showdown between Sean Strickland and Dricus Du Plessis. Buckle up, because in this video, we'll be breaking down every aspect of their fight, dissecting their styles, and analyzing their paths to this momentous battle. Let's jump right in. Dricus Du Plessis is not holding back in his pursuit of the middleweight title. In a recent interview with Luxurytainment, he outlined his bold approach. Du Plessis told a reporter, Schwab Zach, "One thing that I think is going to shock a lot of people is the way I go at this. From the very first second of this fight, I'm going to go like I always do." Du Plessis, with his explosive style, predicts an early finish, refusing to entertain the idea of going to championship rounds. He said, "The first opportunity I get will finish this fight. My honest prediction, there's no way we're going to championship rounds of this fight." Dricus Du Plessis' journey to this title shot has been nothing short of spectacular. From his debut to his stunning victory over Robert Whittaker, he's proven himself as a force to be reckoned with. Du Plessis added, "Not one of my past performances, good or bad, haven't been entertaining. When you get me and Strickland, you're getting two guys who are not afraid to stand and bang." Now let's shift our focus to the reigning champion, Sean Strickland, who turned heads with his upset victory over Israel Adesanya. Strickland told Luxurytainment, "I think Dricus is like so awkward, he's good. It's gonna be a war. It'll be a tougher fight than a fight with Khamzat Chimaev." Sean Strickland acknowledges the challenge Du Plessis poses, but remains confident in his ability to retain the title. The stage is set for UFC 297 on January the 20th in Toronto, featuring the blockbuster clash between Strickland and Du Plessis. This event promises high stakes and unforgettable moments. Let's dive deep into Du Plessis' fighting style, known for his aggression and powerful finishes. What makes him a formidable challenger? From his explosive strikes to his ground game, we'll break down the key elements that make Du Plessis a force to be reckoned with. Shifting our focus to the champion, Sean Strickland. What tools does he bring to the octagon? Let's analyze Strickland's fighting arsenal. From his technical style to his defensive skills, we'll explore the strengths that helped Strickland claim the middleweight crown. Dricus Du Plessis was initially supposed to face then champion Israel Adesanya in a grudge match at UFC 293, but the South African standout was not healthy enough to fight at the event. That opened the door for Strickland, who took a surprising 5-round verdict against the last stylebender to claim 185-pound gold in Sydney. Strickland has won 9 of his last 11 promotional appearances dating back to October 2018. A former KSW and Extreme Fighting Championship title holder, Du Plessis has been victorious in his first 6 octagon appearances, finishing all but one of his opponents inside the distance. He solidified his spot at the division's #1 contender with a second-round technical knockout victory against ex-champ Robert Whittaker at UFC 290. Sean Strickland beats a formidable foe in Israel Adesanya in his last octagon appearance. He was the underdog in the match, but he and his coaches did their assignment. He used his stamina to outlast the stylebender by sending a continuous flurry in the first round. Israel Adesanya himself acknowledged that his opponent had a better game plan. He told Luxurytainment, "I just wasn't able to get my rhythm because of his pressure. He was right there constantly whenever I was setting him up. Because he's right there, his coach would help him out, and I would be like, damn, good game plan from them. But also, for me, I wasn't able to adjust on the fly. It was his night." Dricus Du Plessis was an underdog too against Robert Whittaker in the UFC 290 match last July. That did not distract him, as he quickly worked on his champion opponent to get the victory in just 2 rounds. Dricus Du Plessis pounded his opponents with heavy body kicks until their defense sagged, and then he took his chance to finish them. That is what he intends to do to his first 2024 rival. "I've had great performances," he said to Luxurytainment, "and I've had not so good performances in my career, in the UFC and out of the UFC. But not one of those performances, good or bad, was not entertaining." He further added, Sean Strickland, doesn't like to fight backwards, and I promise you, I'm not fighting backwards. Robert Whittaker, who felt the fiery blasts from Du Plessis, told Luxurytainment that Strickland is the better fighter. "I will have to say, Sean pieces him up 5 rounds and wins by decision. Dricus is awkward and he's unorthodox. He's gonna come into this fight ready for the dogfight." Dricus Du Plessis, holding a record of 20 wins and 2 losses in MMA and 6 wins, no losses in the UFC, is set to challenge middleweight champion Sean Strickland, who stands at 28 wins, 5 losses in MMA and 15 wins, 5 losses in UFC. Dricus Du Plessis is confident his championship round experience, but insists it won't be necessary this time. With 19 of his 20 wins being finishes, he is known for his aggressive style, recently highlighted by a technical knockout victory over ex-champ Robert Whittaker. Similarly, Strickland has demonstrated his skills by dethroning Israel Adesanya, setting the stage for an explosive encounter. Let's break down the strengths and potential weaknesses of both Sean Strickland and Dricus Du Plessis. So Sean Strickland, technical skills. Strickland is known for his technical skills, displaying a well-rounded approach to striking and grappling. Defensive masterclass. His defensive capabilities were evident in his upset win over Israel Adesanya, showcasing his ability to nullify the attacks of high-level opponents. Resilience and determination. Strickland has shown resilience in bouncing back from setbacks, proving his mental toughness inside the octagon. His potential weaknesses. Awkward styles. Strickland acknowledges that Dricus Du Plessis' awkward style might pose a challenge. Adjusting to unconventional movements can be tricky. Aggressiveness of Du Plessis. If Du Plessis is successful in maintaining an aggressive pace, it might test Strickland's defensive capabilities over the duration of the fight. Now let's look at the strengths for Dricus Du Plessis. Explosive striking. Du Plessis is known for his explosive striking, often finishing fights with powerful and precise combinations. Aggression. He brings an aggressive style to the octagon, pressurizing opponents and capitalizing on openings. Finishing ability. Du Plessis has a high finishing rate, having ended all but one of his professional wins inside the distance. Now let's look at potential weaknesses. Awkwardness. While his awkward style can be an asset, it may also leave openings for a technically sound fighter like Strickland to exploit. Defensive vulnerabilities. If Du Plessis rushes in too aggressively, he might expose himself to counterattacks, especially from a defensively skilled opponent like Strickland. Cardio challenges. Although Du Plessis has shown impressive cardio, maintaining a high pace against a skilled opponent like Strickland throughout the fight can be demanding. Now let's look at the common ground. Not afraid to engage. Both fighters express a willingness to stand and trade, promising an entertaining and potentially explosive bout. Versatility. They both bring a versatile skill set, capable of performing well in various aspects of the fight game. Understanding these strengths and potential weaknesses sets the stage for a fascinating matchup at UFC 297. The dynamics of the fight will likely be shaped by how each fighter can capitalize on their strengths and exploit the vulnerabilities of their opponent. As we wrap up this in-depth analysis, it's time for our final thoughts and predictions. I think Du Plessis wins this fight, and who knows, maybe Izzy or Khamzat fights the winner. So guys, who do you think will emerge victorious at UFC 297, Strickland or Du Plessis? Whether you're Team Strickland or Team Du Plessis, your voices matter. Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments section below, and let's continue the conversation. Thank you for joining us on this extended journey into the world of Strickland versus Du Plessis. Until next time, stay tuned for more exciting MMA content. This is Luxurytainment, signing off.
Everybody, I come in for everybody, kill everybody! Everybody, I come in for everybody, kill everybody! The most dangerous guy here, I gotta come in for everyone! I kill everybody, Allah Akbar!
When it comes to anything, man, South Africa is representing something I take very seriously. It's something that...
This guy really tough. If you want to stop him, you have to choke him or knock him out. This guy is gonna fight 5 rounds.
My people, the heritage, my family, and the values that was installed. It's something that I'm extremely proud of.
New level in the octagon, and that's exactly what he did.